Hello everyone, today I'm going to talk about how you calculate genotype, which contributes for varieties, and what the chance of you having a specific eye color or a specific hair color or any trait is. To do this, we use these types of diagrams called Punnet Squares, which basically represent the chance of you having a specific trait is depending on the alleles you have for a certain trait. So the big B represents the dominant allele for brown eyes and the small b the recessive allele for blue eyes. And if you have at least one dominant allele, you're going to have the brown eyes because brown is dominant over blue, and you can only have blue if you have two small b's, which is the recessive trait. So that was a Punnet Square, a simple one on eye color. I talked about eye color too on the last videos, where I also talked about traits and inheritance, so you can check those out if you're still confused with any of the terms that I said here. So going back to the Punnet squares here, these work like fractions, so depending on the number of squares you have, the more combinations you can have for a specific trait and gene. So this one, in each square represents 25%, because if you count the total of squares over here, you have 4 squares, so 25 times 4 is 100%. The big square will always represent 100% because that is the total number of combinations you have for your specific trait. So as I said, the more combinations you have, the bigger your Punnet square is going to be. This one is a bigger one because in the last video I talked about the range of eye colors you can have. This is also because of codominance. When you have two dominant alleles, like this big B and this big A over here. The big A is probably the brown over green, and the big B is probably the green over blue. So once that happens, you have all of these different eye colors over here. So for you to know the percentage of possibility that you can have for having this eye color, for example, you just have to count the number of squares you have, which represent the number of possibilities. So you have 100 divided by 16 because you have 16 boxes, which gives you about a 6% chance of you having any of these eye colors. As you could probably have noticed from the diagram, two parents with brown eyes can produce an offspring with blue eyes if both parents carry the recessive allele for blue eyes. And this is a classic example of how your phenotype may not represent your genes at all, because you will express brown eyes even though you carry a blue eye allele, and you'll never know that you carry a blue eye allele. I hope this video and this explanation helped. You can check out many other videos in genetics in the website and in the page. There will be much more being posted in the future. You can also submit any requests for videos and any doubts, and we'll be glad to make videos to answer them. So I'll see you in the next video.